Well, I'm lucky. I'm muted already.
All right. Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope
Hello,
everybody's
everybody.
hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's see who all we got in here so far. Willie stopped by to say hey. He's planting garden. There's Shell. Hello, Shell. How you doing, dear? Susan, thank you
Michelle.
for stopping. Hi, Bocce. Thank you for stopping. Everybody saying hi to one another. Thomas Andrew. Hello, Thomas. How you doing? Thank you for stopping, buddy.
Howdy.
Lisa Ann. How you doing, dear? Thank you for stopping. Everybody's stopping and saying hi. Takes. Let's see.
Hello, everybody.
Thomas, that's funny. So, all right, let's see here. Hi, Dan. How you doing? Thank you for stopping in. Ben, two ATVs. Of course, Daryl's here. That's going to be up
I'm
on hold.
here.
So, projects. Let's see what projects we got. We got Plan B. I did get fuel for that. A friend of a friend of a friend had some methanol. I went and got a little bit of that. So, um, we will be starting that up. You guys will be getting a video on that.
Hey, Ben. Lisa Ann.
I'm going to pick up a tractor tomorrow. Need some service work done on it. Just yearly service, no big deal. You guys probably seen that tractor on the channel before because I do it every year. So we're going to run through that. I'll probably make a video of that. So, but see other projects. The Poland engine, the big modified V twin. Uh, it's going to be on hold for a while, at least the engine part. Hi, VA lady. How you doing? Hi, Renegade. There's some parts I need to buy for it that honestly I just don't have the money for right now. There's other things that I need to do. I need to do the adult thing, um, get that stuff taken care of. Then we will take care of that engine. But plan on starting on the frame on it, getting the frame ready, at least getting it sanded down and painted. And try to get it a roll. Try to get it to be a rolling chassis over the next couple months here. Was shooting for August. I think it's August. There's the shootout. The invitate or the one big pool they have the year for the one lady that passed away that was really big into the pulling community. Uh, I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Like I said, it all depends on if I get my other projects that are adulting, you know, not toys. If I get those done, and we'll see about getting that engine and stuff done. But I got some welding on my trailer to do because apparently the people that owned it before me way overloaded it. And where the tongue attached, it's supposed to be a possibly tilt trailer, but where they attach the tongue to the cross member of the trailer, that cross member bent. It's just cheap angle iron, and so it sits like this. So, hey, Renegade's Garage, how you doing? Thank you for stopping. Geared for torque. Good morning. How's everybody? How you doing over there?
Howdy, howdy.
So,
Yeah, it's
but
that's kind of the way it works, though. You don't. I mean, they'll overload a daggum a tractor, little old trailer in a heartbeat.
yeah, yeah. The big project is the roof, and I think I've come to the conclusion that I'm not going to have a contractor do it. I'm gonna have to suck it up and do it piece by piece myself. Um, the price of materials and labor right now are way out of hand.
Yes, it is.
So, hey Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping in.
Hey, Scott. Jeff. Yeah, that's the thing about it though is I got some boards I got to replace on the porch here, and heck, them some 1x6s, treated 1x6s are $7 a piece. I said, "Holy cow! I need about I need I need about I was gonna just replace them all, but I guess I'm just gonna have to patch them because I mean, as many boards as they got on it, it cost me $300. And like you said, with as high as everything's gotten lately, you just got to do what you can do for right now. I mean, between the grocery store and the and going to the out to the from the grocery store and the fuel pumps. I mean, gas pumps.
Yep. Yeah. Pick the I guess I don't know if you'd call it the worst section of roof, but the one that needs the most attention, I guess.
Yeah.
Pick that, and I'm gonna do it first, and then move on around the house until it's done. So just buy as I can.
Only in America, huh? Ed?
Yeah, only in America. Yeah,
And
it's amazing that 4 years ago when I had a contractor out and he priced it steel, same thing, all the exact same stuff. It was $6,500, something like that, 6,000, right around there. Um, the last estimate I got, and this guy actually found a little bit more damage, which I understand after the 3 or 4 years. It went up to a little over $17,000. So, hey Kaylee, how you doing?
hey, Kaylee. Yeah, it's now, but I mean, Jeff's got all that money buried in his backyard in metal cans. He better go dig it up because the metal
I
cans don't
can't.
last
I don't
very long.
even know where it's buried. I lost track of that a long time ago.
Jeff's old school. He's got that in mason jars.
uh, them metal cans don't last that. They don't. They end up rotting, and so he
Yep.
done he done lost all his extra profits right around there.
All
Oh,
right,
I got
Thomas. I said thank you, Thomas, for stopping in. He said he's got to get back to work. He just got in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Seems like he's always getting in trouble being on here.
Yeah.
You think he'd learn by now, wouldn't you?
Briggs is burying something.
I'm planting some pear trees. I bought one yesterday and I bought another one today.
Oh, I thought you were just doing a small grave there.
No, just some pear, dwarf moon glow pear. Got to get some dirt. I love my 2-wheeled cart.
We used to have a couple of those at work. We called them hop sing carts.
Yeah.
They're good. They hold a ton of weight.
Yep. The only reason we got rid of them is because they rotted away from just being made out of plywood and stuff, and they didn't want to rebuild them. So
That's stupid. You can buy plywood cheap for these.
We had them around for almost 10 years, so they were getting pretty beat up.
This thing's older than me.
Yeah, but you take care of it and don't abuse it. This was students and stuff using it, so they didn't really care. They would just, ramrod it and everything else.
This thing's a lot easier than a regular wheelbarrow, I'll tell you that.
Yep.
These things are expensive to buy them.
Yeah, they are.
The last time I priced one out, they were over $500 for a small one like this. This is actually the small one. They got bigger ones.
So
Oh, I
That
took the
took-
drawbar off today. Dropped
Did
that
you?
off. Yeah, I took it off. I put a little stand thing so that I could clamp it down. I just wire reeled the whole thing down, primed it, painted the lift part. I got the one bar I got it straight now because it's got bend in it. And the
Yeah.
drawbar right there where the lift part goes on, it's got like a little one of these things goes like that. So I'm gonna see if I got a piece of 1-inch steel about real big. I'm gonna put it on that and see if I can straighten that off tomorrow. Gonna go down, get me a bunch of stainless steel bolts with the little nylon lock washers or lock nuts so that I can put it on there. Not worry about them rusting up.
Yep.
I still
so
haven't
I got-
figured out the step.
Like I said, I gotta go pick a tractor up tomorrow, Husqvarna riding mower. Do a quick service on that and get it done. Hopefully, I took all next week off work because, well, basically I got to burn vacation or I lose it. So,
Use it or lose
You
it,
don't-
huh?
They won't pay you if you don't use it. Just check.
nope.
Right on there.
I can carry 40 hours over to the next year. And I've done that for 20 years. And this year I promised myself I was not carrying any time over because every year I have to carry over because I, carry over from the year before. So this year I promised myself I was going to use every single hour of sick time, vacation time, or not sick time, but vacation time and everything else. I'm doing her. Basically,
How many weeks you got?
I get a total of 4 paid vacation weeks, and then I get a personal day, a floating holiday, and then all of our major holidays off.
Oh,
I basically get almost 8 weeks off of work a year paid.
yeah, I don't blame you. How many did you use already?
I've got two full weeks of vacation time, my personal day, and my floating holiday yet to use.
Okay.
Bocce, you should just unpack it, put it out, and be done with it.
Well, what I was thinking about what you should do is not unpack it, just unpack it as you need it. And after 6 months, any box that's not unpacked, take it to
Get rid of
Goodwill. Yep.
Yard sale or get rid of it. That's what we're gonna fix it hadn't do down here.
Just get rid of it. It's quicker and easier.
Throw it out in the yard and see if we can yard sale what we count your yard sale, drop it off somewhere.
Bocce, dear, I would come see you in a heartbeat, but I've got other things higher on
You
the
have more
priority
important things to do.
higher on the priority list to pay for. If it was free, I'd be there in a heartbeat. That was a great trip last year
I don't know why she doesn't come up to see you.
because it snows and she's got monsters to take care of.
I don't think it snows this time of year.
Yeah, but it does get down below the 80 some degrees that she's accustomed to.
Oh, well, it's just terrible, isn't it?
Hey, Wayne.
Hey,
Oh,
Mr.
Wayne.
Wayne.
Wayne's looking at
Uh-oh.
a new Kubota tractor.
What size Kubota there, Wayne?
That was my question too. How big we going? We talking big enough to demo a house or just piddle around the yard in? Yeah, we're looking at buying a skid steer for work,
Uh-huh.
and I've been kind of looking at them and everything else, and kind of researching online. It seems like all the Kubota tractors are really nice tractors, but their skid steers suck.
Yeah, I would buy a cat skid steer. I think the Kubota ones are electric controlled.
Well, they've been looking at cats, and then there's another brand that's gray and red, but I can't remember what the name of it is. I've heard seen really good reviews and stuff on it.
I know which one you're talking about, and I can't think of the name.
Ooh, that's a nice size there, Wayne. 35 horse. Be able to get some work done with that.
Well, what's your No, I was talking to the neighbor.
I want to get one of the middle-sized MXs if I ever get a Kubota.
Yeah, we were looking at the MX because they were kind of tossed up between getting a utility tractor, or a skid steer. I said, well, there's no really sense in getting a utility tractor because we already got our wheel loader, and we had a mid-sized John Deere with a front end loader and stuff on it, and that's all it got used for. Is just we had a brush hog for the back of it. But that's all it got used for is a front end loader. We never got any attachments for it. Never did anything with it besides a little brush hogging a couple of times a year, and use it as a front end loader. So you might as well get a skid steer.
Well, you know what bums me out? The L series is the only series that has the front power takeoff, so you can put a snowblower on it. The rest of them you got to put a rear mount on.
Yeah. Any place that sells Wisconsin parts. Ugh.
Yeah. I'd have to go off of here. I got it saved in my favorites. There's a place right over in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, say there is a couple of places, but I know they're relatively on the expensive side.
You ain't gonna find Wisconsin parts cheap, that's for sure.
Right. Is it iSafe Tractors? Is that?
No, it's not Norman.
Okay.
It's
I sent Ed a link a long time ago to get Wisconsin parts. Missouri Farms in Newfield sells them. If Ed knows it, still has a link, but they have those. They're an old school dealer.
I'd have to go back to my old emails and find it.
Let me see.
But it's called Missouri Farms. It's called Missouri Farms in Newfield, New York. They got tons of them.
Let's see. Where would it be? It's not that far down. It's up by the top here someplace. Oh, let me see. No, it ain't that far. I hope I didn't take it off of here.
Yeah. I've only messed with a couple of Wisconsins, and that's been years ago, really. So.
I know I saved it here because I bought two of the parts manuals from them. The thing is, I'm not seeing it. Once I'm looking at it, I'm missing it. Oh, there it is. Let me see if I can get this without losing you.
All right. But yeah, there's definitely going to be a video coming up soon on starting Plan B. Like I said, I did get fuel for her. Luckily, I was talking to a friend of mine, and a friend of his. Well, it's two friends. They've got a race Jeep that they drag race in the dirt. And they run methanol. So. What was the name of that place again, Briggs?
Missouric Farms, Newfield, New York.
Okay.
And last time I knew, they shipped.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what Geared Torque just put in there. Missouric Farms.
Yep. That dealer's got old equipment. They got tons of it.
But the guys that run that Jeep actually follow my channel, and when my friend went and talked to him, he's just like, hey man, you guys got any fresh methanol? And we're like, yeah, we buy it all the time for the Jeep and stuff, and the season's coming up where we're gonna start racing and stuff. And he's like, well, I got a buddy that needs just a little bit, half a gallon or something like that. And they were talking, and he was telling them it's for a pulling tractor, and they're like, for a pulling tractor, would it be a guy on YouTube? Because they know him, he's a local guy. And he's like, well, yeah, he does YouTube. And we're like, is his name Ed? He's like, well, yeah. How do you know him? He's like, we watch him. So like, hell yeah, we'll give him a half a gallon or so. So I got the fuel. I just need to get the camera out there and dump some fuel in it and fire her up. I still do need to get the hey Jeff, welcome back.
Yeah. All right. I don't know if you want to write this down, but it's Pit Auto Electric.
Pit Oil Electric?
Pit Auto Electric.
Pit Auto Electric.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just scuffed the bark a little
Of
bit.
course,
but
you ain't got nothing to write with, huh?
I got plenty of stuff to write with. I just don't have anything to write on.
That's what the back of your hand's for.
Only you, Jeff.
All right.
All right. The number's 800
All right.
245 0711 Allison Park, Pennsylvania.
All right. You got that.
But I'm not sure. I think if you go on Pit Auto Electric, you punch that in, and I think it'll bring you up to the front page, and it has listed about every Wisconsin engine you could imagine. And no, I'm not going to try and go there again. Thanks, Ben. I don't know why you didn't tell me that before.
Let's see if we can do this here. Give me a second.
Yeah, there we go. How's that look? That look good?
You're a real green thumb.
Hey, I like pears.
Right there.
Yep, that's it.
All right. I will grab a link to their
Perfect timing. Got a thunderstorm coming here, and that'll water that down good.
Okay, let's see if I can get that posted in the chat now.
Someday I'll learn how to do all this high-tech stuff.
Yeah.
I got to keep people like Ben around to tell me how to do it.
Yeah.
These the place I bought this pear tree from says that I'll probably have 1 or 2 pears in the first year. I don't think so, but
Well,
hey, you never know.
All right.
I'm gonna go over and get another one. I think 3 pear trees will be nice because this choke cherry tree here behind me, I think has seen better days.
I think I get four pear trees. I think you should get 2 Bartletts.
I'm actually thinking about putting some apples in, Jeff, because
I said
I'll show you
Bartlett's
why I said.
pears.
Yep, they're good too. But I'm thinking of getting another pear. But see, I think this choke cherry tree's about had it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it needs to go.
Hey, as long
It
as,
needed
long
to
as
go
it's
about
still
3
growing.
years ago.
It is growing, but it's had 2 trees dropped on it. It's actually quite a good size. But my grandmother planted it, but it's slowly dying off. I mean, the carpenter ants are just having a field day with it. I mean, first this one, a tree fell on that, and I had to cut it. A tree broke that off completely. It's seen better days,
Yeah.
and it is but ugly.
Does it produce any fruit?
Nope, it's choke cherry. They're just those little
Oh.
tiny. They don't.
Yeah.
You don't get.
Okay, yeah.
They're junk. It's just it blooms maybe once every 3 years. It didn't even bloom this year.
Yeah, then it is time to get rid of it.
I'm thinking about it. I think Norm up there, I think he does do Wisconsin parks too. I'm not sure.
That Missouri Farms got new old stock stuff. That's why I like them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever called there, Ed, when you were looking for a carburetor for one, but
No, I didn't. I think I found it someplace else at the time, or whoever was looking for it found it somewhere. But I thought about planting a couple pear trees. That'd be nice. I like pears. I just don't want to mow around them.
Oh, I got
just because the
my
bark's
steering wheel is going to show up tomorrow.
What's that, Jeff?
Supposedly, my steering wheel supposedly going to be here tomorrow.
All right.
I got to pull the front wheels off the 16 now and wire wheel them down. See if I can find. I can't find shiny black paint. You got the flat back and you got just black. I can't find the shiny black.
Did you try an auto parts store?
Oh, I went to Lowe's. I went to Home Depot. I went to Tractor Supply. I didn't go to a parts store yet. I never get paid from a parts store.
Well, that's why I usually, if I don't, I got a supplier that I buy in bulk from. But if I need a can of special color or whatever, I always get mine through Napa. just because that's where it's easier than me going to Lowe's or something like that. Because when we buy stuff from like Lowe's or Tractor Supply, it's a big ordeal, Doing
the Tractor Supply are scumbags right now. They got all the Rust-Oleum shit. They raised all the prices up to like $12.99, and that stupid magic coat they sell is all like $6.99.
Yeah.
I could go to Home Depot and buy the same Rust-Oleum for $6.99 at Home Depot, like it always was.
Right.
So I guess they're trying to squeeze out and put their own stuff up.
Well, after Christmas, we have a big box that goes in the back of our dump truck to do leaves.
Yeah.
And after they got done using it this past fall, we brought it in the shop because it needed to be sanded down, cleaned up, painted, and everything. And I went to the Sherman Williams store because there was a specific primer that I wanted. It's for rusty metal. It's for rusty metal. That way I didn't have to grind it completely down to smooth, clean, 100% new steel. And they had it in quarts, which I needed a gallon. They had it in quarts, or they had it in 5-gallon buckets. The quarts were $30 something a piece, when I know a few years ago I was buying it for less than 10.
Yeah, right.
Right. So I told them, heck with you. Went over to Lowe's and bought the Rust-Oleum, same exact thing except for different brand name.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid like $12 or $17, something like that. It's under $20 a gallon. And I bought the primer and the black, equipment enamel paint. Bought both of them together. Both were Rust-Oleum. So when I walked in the Sherman Williams store, probably 90% of their shelves were empty.
We got a Sherman Williams store right by me. It's like on a back street, on the back end of town. You wouldn't even know it was there.
That's
This
what
is
Sherwin-Williams does.
Well, any other time you go in there and they've got paint stacked up on skids and in the middle of the aisles and everything else. And I mean, we used to be able to get field marking paint from them and everything else. And the head groundskeeper, he needed some of the inverted can sprayers for. We have one little walk behind machines that you push. Just takes a spray can. He went up there this spring to get some to mark out some flower beds and stuff. They didn't even have that. We had to call our field marking paint company, and they're lucky they're just an hour north of us, and they actually sent us down 2 cases. Hey, Second Chance, how you doing? And the funny thing about it is their field marking paint hasn't went up, but just a 5-gallon bucket's only went up like $2 or $3. They said.
Ain't that amazing? Some places aren't jacking up everything because, and those are the companies when the shit stops hitting the fan, so to speak. People are gonna remember and go back to them.
Well, like they said, they've got warehouses all over the country that's just got pallets upon pallets upon pallets of this paint. They don't have a shortage of it. So why are they're not gonna up their prices of paint that they've already got in their warehouse? Yeah,
that's one thing I argued with one guy about. It's like gas. Okay, if you got a tank full of gas, you paid $9.99, we'll say, for every 50 gallons of gas, something like that. I'm just being whatever.
Yeah.
And then the next batch, they tell you, oh, your next batch is gonna double. Well, that don't mean you pass on the cost beforehand, because to me that should be illegal. That's just me. You know what I'm saying, don't you? When it's already a price, and you already pay. If you paid $9, we'll say, for 100 gallons, and it goes up, they shouldn't raise the price before you get your new shipment.
Well, last Monday is a good example of that. All the gas stations in town, except for Sheetz, went from $4.29. Yeah, I think it's $4.29. They went from $4.29 to $4.49. They jumped 20 cents. Every place except for Sheetz gas station. Sheetz hadn't got their fuel shipment in for the week yet, but by the time Monday was over, the only fuel they had left was High Test. They actually shut down by half of their pumps, put bags over them, and then put covers over the low grade and the medium grade. And by like 6 o'clock that night, the one guy was telling me the only thing they had left was premium.
Yeah, because everybody went in there and said, now that's an honest gas station.
Yep. The only thing that sucked about it was the pumps were
waiting in line.
Well, no, there wasn't really waiting too much in line, but the pumps were about half speed.
Oh.
It took because every day, but Mondays I got to fill up like rental vehicles and all of our over the road truck vans and stuff like that we send out over the weekends and stuff. I got to take them to the gas station to fill them up. It was on average, it was taking me 15 to 20 minutes to fill one of our 12 passenger vans up with fuel because the pumps were running so slow.
I seen a thing today. They were talking to a lot of these gas station companies and stuff. They're going to start changing all the pumps. They got to recalibrate them and reprogram them stuff so that they can keep going up with the prices on them.
Yeah.
Look at this. This guy died around the corner from me, and his wife is selling all his DeWalt power tools. Now look at the bottom of that. This thing wasn't used much. It sat in his garage and got tarnished. The aluminum.
Yeah.
No battery. $5.
Wow. Nice buy.
It actually works.
Yeah. I was just using my one DeWalt drill today and was thinking that I need to buy a couple more batteries for it. It's not the lithium batteries. It's the old 18 volts.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Ed,
I don't
these are
understand why the DeWalt 18 volts hold up, but if you buy the old Milwaukee ones, forget it. If you don't use them every single day, they're done.
I bought that. I bought a pair of these generic ones, 2 for $59 online, and they work great.
Well, I'm gonna get the next model up, the NiCad ones. They're
These
the
are
same
NiCad.
Well, it's the more square ones than that rounded.
Yeah,
one.
yeah, but no, the ones you're talking are the 4.6 amperage. These are 3.6. Yeah, they got the 4.6. They're a little better, but even so, for $50 for two of them, you can't. That's a good price.
Yep, that's what I was looking at. But I've only got one really good battery left, and I looked at it today when I put it on the charger. I bought that thing in 2009.
Yeah, these are my ones. I bought my father's old drill, and I threw out a bunch of his old ones because you can rebuild them, but you can buy the aftermarket ones so cheap it ain't worth it.
Yep, exactly. I've got probably a dozen batteries, the oval ones like that, and every single one of them won't hold a charge no more. I think I've got one that will hold somewhat of a charge, but I was actually looking at buying the adapter to use the 20 volt batteries, because I can buy the pair of 20 volt batteries for like $65 online. The Alf brand ones, or the aftermarket ones, for DeWalt.
The only thing yep.
And then I can get.
I gotta buy the two of what?
Two of the adapters. I can get two of the adapters for $25.
Yeah. I gotta buy brushes for my old drill. The old drill is the old drill he had it for over 20. I bought him that drill, I want to say 94 or 95.
Mm-hmm.
And you could smell the brushes at burning. I don't know if you can buy the brushes for it still, but I bet you I can.
Oh yeah, you can.
Eating Chinese, huh, Mater?
What are you bringing us? As long as you're not getting the cream of some young guy, I don't care what you're having.
Yeah, that's not a big seller, is it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you saying you'll eat cats?
Yeah. Well, if they can make cat taste that good, I'll eat cat all day.
Not the biggest problem. My father learned the hard way. He ruined the original two batteries because he kept putting them on charge before they were totally dead. Yep. You gotta let these things run down so they don't do nothing. Lithium, you don't have to do that with.
Right. I burnt two of those old style batteries up on my grinders. That's where they went. So I've got two cordless grinders, and just melted them down, basically. Overheated them too many times. But that's why I want to buy like four of those new batteries, the 20 volt batteries, and two of the adapters. Put one in one of my drills and one in one of the grinders, and then eventually.
Oh, when it comes to grinders, I'll keep my old Milwaukee 41 or 6145. Plug it in and don't have to worry about it. It just runs and runs and runs.
I've got two cordless DeWalts. I got four corded DeWalts. I've got a corded DeWalt drill that more than once I thought I broke my wrist on. That thing, it's a 1/2-inch drill. It's a hammer drill. And I was drilling through some thick plate, and that sucker caught with a 1/2-inch bit and literally wrapped the cord up around it, and I had to take it back in, and they put a new cord in it.
I had one of them big hole hogs years ago. I got rid of that after about 6 months. It's like trying to drill with like 3/4-inch bits and stuff. And you know how they catch when they're coming out the other side. After about 3 times, it's just about breaking my arms right off because the way they're geared, they don't stop. You're going with
a buddy of mine's sister lives in Syracuse, New York. She has a house that was built in 1835. The sill on that house, and the only reason why I know it because her hot water tank went bad. She has no gas, and she bought a new hot water tank. All the new electric hot water tanks got the intake to suck air in and one to suck out, blow out. And you can't just bend it in the basement. Cold won't allow it. You gotta bend it outside. And we had to drill through that foundation, that sill of that house. That sill is 12 inches thick of solid maple. And I'll tell you what, I thought I went up there with a cordless drill, thought I could punch through that. Wrong.
Yeah, how'd that work out?
I charged the battery 4 times. I had 4 charged batteries, and I killed them within an hour. Just constant 15 minutes of drilling nonstop. Finally we weren't doing nothing. It kept stopping it. It twist our wrist around. I thought I broke my wrist. So I went up to Lowe's and bought a new skill plug-in, brand new, big 1/2-inch hammer drill. Holy crap! I did this. I did just with that. I didn't break the cord, but I damn near. But twisted right around. When I got done, we took tape measuring 12 inches. He goes, and his sister was worried we were going to weaken her house because we drilled through 2. We had drilled 2 holes, one for in, and he goes. We told her, I said, there ain't no way the house is going anywhere. We didn't hurt that. I mean, it's 12 inches thick and about 8 inches, 12 inches thick and about 8 inches tall of solid maple. They just don't have wood that thick anymore.
Nope.
And then the one hole was off measured a little bit, and I'll tell you what, we bought a flex pipe for that last little bit because we weren't going to re-drill another hole.
I got a drill out in the garage. I bet you would have drilled through it. It's an old Black & Decker. It's about 8-9 inches across and about 12 inches long. It's got the big D
and big old ones.
Yeah, it turns about 100 RPMs.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't want to catch nothing with that because you're going for a ride.
Yes, sir.
I broke the hole saw doing it. But I know which one you're talking about. It's got 2 handles on it, like a big round handle and a.
Oh, it's got a big D handle on the back.
Yep.
And then it's got a gun trigger on the one side, and then a place to put a pipe in the other. So it has like a big T handle.
What was killing us is we kept hitting knots.
Yeah.
Hey, Willie.
Hey, Willie.
I hope you ain't sending that rain down here.
The only thing we did was when we got done drilling both holes, it was off like a 1/2 inch. We just boogered the pipe, the PVC, just to twist it and add an extra elbow or something. Only thing I did, just to be safe, we took a toilet brush, some exterior kilts, dumped in it, went in and out of the hole just to keep the carpenter ants from having a field day, you know what I mean, before we sealed it up. That was the only way to get paint in there was the toilet brush, just there we go. That'll seal up the hole.
Yeah.
That was brutal though.
But talk about rain.
Is he looking for a trip up here?
Who's that?
Willie. Or is he just waving high?
He's just waving high, I think.
Oh.
But no, talking about rain, I needed to go to the store today, so I putted around in the house and the garage and everything. About the time I was getting ready, I'm like, I'm more up to the store now. It's about 2:00. Walked out and I had to unhook the trailer, and just about that time it started raining. By the time I got the trailer unhooked, lights and everything all unhooked and everything, and got in the truck, the skies opened up and let down. Drove 5 minutes up the road to the store, to the corner little Dollar General store. It was done.
It stopped.
Yep.
Yeah. And you had a bath.
I actually didn't get. Just a few. And it was just starting to sprinkle whenever I went out and unhooked the trailer. But by the time I got in the truck, I just got in the truck and everything, and it started getting heavier and heavier and pulling out the driveway. It was downpouring.
So Ed, how much your beard weight gets wet?
A lot.
You got sometimes you need to take a picture when you go swimming and show what it looks like all shrunk down.
Well, I would have to do it pretty quick because it actually puffs back up pretty quick after I get out, like the shower and stuff. They don't straighten out very quick or very long.
You're as bad as a buddy of mine. He has more. His beard's longer than his hair on his head.
Well, I'm getting ready to cut mine. I got my clippers out one day last week and oiled them up, made sure they ran, and getting ready to put the 1-inch attachment on it. And
your hair ain't that long.
Yeah, it is actually in the back.
In the back, yeah, but I mean on top, you're losing it on top.
Oh, but it's the same length on the top. Just there's a real thin spot up there. I just gotta wait. My one friend that she usually trims my neck and stuff up, I gotta wait for her to have time in the evening, so she can trim my neck and stuff up.
If you ever shaved that beard that came up on here, no one would recognize you.
Yeah. True.
He
Very
looked
true.
just like Ken then.
Just about.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Nah, he wouldn't look like Ken Small Engine.
I didn't say Ken Small Engine, did I?
Well, that's the only other Ken I know, so I didn't know.
My brother Ken.
Oh, no, I don't think he'd look like Ken.
Yeah, I don't have it on this computer. I've got a picture of me from high school at graduation.
What year was that? 1885?
1990. Matter of fact.
Dang, you graduated. You were a freshman when I was a senior.
Well, I should have graduated in 89, but I was having so much fun in first grade, I decided to do it again.
And again.
1990,
What is it?
you make me feel old now, Ed.
Why? What year did you graduate at?
I graduated in 90.
No, Ed. I'm not you, Ed. Jeff. I mean, what year did you graduate, Jeff?
78.
Yeah. You're not that much. You're 10 years older than me, 9 years older than, because I'll be 54. I'm 54. I'll be 55 this year.
Yeah, first grade's when they diagnosed me with my learning disability. So
I've had that for the past 60-some years.
I missed 2 years of school for chemo treatment for leukemia. They wouldn't let me go to school. Tell a fourth grader he can't go to school. Oh yeah, that's so. What do you want, you boneheaded coonhound lab mix?
That's how my ex's son was. He had leukemia, and he missed one full school year in summer. They caught it. Well, they caught it right at the end of the one school year. He had like a month and a half or so to go, and he finished that year out. And then they did his chemo treatments and everything all that summer and the next school year. And then finally, after that following summer, he was able to go back to school.
No, I went through it when I had it. The worst part was the headaches.
Yeah.
The headaches and the leukemia treatment, the radiation and chemo. Oh my God, it was brutal.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting the screen into the grill tomorrow, but that means I got to pull a fuel tank out to get down in there.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of spending some money I shouldn't spend and buying some new burners for my old, not my grill I've been used, but my old big stainless steel grill, my commercial one. And that'll probably be another project I put on the channel.
Hey, yeah, you can't have too many. You got to have grill.
Yep.
Cheaper than buying a new grill.
Yeah. Well, for the original ones that I had marked in my Amazon, I didn't read the description. I almost ordered them, and I didn't read the description good enough. They were stainless steel, exact fit, blah blah blah. They were $70 a piece each.
Damn.
So then I started looking again, and I found a set of 3 cast iron ones exactly like what was in it that lasted probably 10 years. It was $70 for all 3. So yeah, I'm gonna buy the set of 3.
My father has a grill that he had. It's called the Great American Grill Company. They're out of business, and I can tell why. It's got a solid brass grill burner, lifetime guarantee. But the problem is the tubes rusted out on it. And he bought new tubes, and we put them in. I still got out here, but it's hard to get parts for that grill. That's because they made them too good.
Well, this one come from, I think, Sam's Club or whatever. But it's, like I said, it's all stainless steel. It's either cast stainless or, sheet stainless. I've got to get the new burners, and then there's porcelain pieces that sit down in it, like squares.
Yep.
And I gotta get those. So
I was almost gonna get one of them Blackstones because supposedly they got like cast iron top, which they don't. The ones I've seen here, they don't. It's almost like just a heavy piece of formed steel.
I don't know if my brother's is cast or not, but he's got a Blackstone, a big one. It's an awesome grill. That and his pit boss he's got, both of them awesome grills.
Well, Blackstones, you gotta. I guess you gotta season them almost like a regular cast iron.
Yep. Now he's got the big one. It's like 4 foot long or something like that. It's pretty big. Actually, Willie, I don't mind cooking on propane. What I want that grill for is it's got a rotisserie in it with a back burner that has the infrared back burner. But when I do that, I put a smoke pot in it so that I can burn wood chips and it smokes and roasts. That's what I want that grill for. And it's 2.5 feet long burning. I've put a 10-pound roast in it before. That's what I want that grill for.
I know Tractor Supply, about 2 weeks ago, they had a line of about 15 different grills out there. Everything from like the wood pellet ones, the gas ones, the propane ones. They had one I thought was really cool. It had like the one section was gas, propane. The one, like the middle thing was like a charcoal. The other side was wood or coal. I was looking at that. It's like, that's pretty cool. Then I looked at the price tag and said, no, that's not for me.
Maggie, quit chasing the sport
I
dragon.
said to myself, well, I could see cooking wood on it, wood. I says, I don't think coal would do too good at cooking stuff on.
It depends on how it is. If it's set up like an old coal stove, where it just uses the heat and the smoke don't come up through, it'd be perfectly fine. That's I know a lot of people that like the old wood coal stoves for that purpose, for baking bread.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about it for a couple of minutes, but it's just the price was a little bit nuts.
Yeah. Well, that's why I didn't buy a pellet grill last year. When they had those all on sale, and I looked all over this part of the country for them. I have a hard time buying stuff for myself.
Yeah.
Spending that kind of money on myself, and I just couldn't bring it out or bring myself to put that kind of money out for a grill. So, but
that's why I got out in the porch there. I got my rocking chair I bought from Cracker Barrel years and years and years ago. So I was up there today. I was looking at Tractor Supply. I said, I might get one of these for the old man. I started looking at it. It's like, no, I don't think so. It'll take you 3 days to put it together. So I'll just wait till next time I go to Cracker Barrel and I'll just get one there that's already done. Throw it back in the truck and bring it home.
I gotta
Hey.
buy
Pate's Performance.
I gotta buy.
Hello, Pepe's. Yeah, I know I
Don't
can't
bet
take it.
on it, Jason. It's going with me. Somehow or another, it's going with me.
Yeah, that's I was just gonna say. I'll find a way to take it with me. If I gotta buy the Cadillac of gotta buy the Cadillac of coffins and the most laid out, burial site and do everything else, it's coming with me. So
I spend my money where I want. I'm saving my money so I can retire, and then whatever's left, I give it to my nieces.
Yeah. Well, right now that's how my death insurance is set up. Everything goes to my nephew, and in that part of it, there's a thing that my daughter gets half of it. So,
Well, if I don't beat this leukemia this time around, that I'm going for treatment for, my nieces are going to die very wealthy. They get all three of my apartment houses. They get the main house that is going to a nephew, so it stays in the family.
Mhm.
And but all the money I've made off those apartments have been sitting into an escrow account, just building up for years. It's in a 401k. I don't even want to even guess what it is to now. They all get a quarter of it. There's 4 of them.
Yep.
My nephew gets mad because he says because the apartment houses are going to stay and just going to be sold and off, and he's getting the main house in one of the apartment houses, and he says that ain't fair. And I said, what do you mean ain't fair? You take that 1-4 unit across the street, you could sit on your ass and not work if you want to.
Hey, Cajun.
Hi, Cajun. How you doing, buddy? Yeah. Well, see, all my funeral expenses and stuff are already paid for through work. Years ago I bought into a policy that covers all that kind of stuff.
What are you talking about, Jason? What are you talking about? You said buy my own truck? Is that what you said?
That's pretty much what
you've been sick.
Buy your own
Right there's my own truck.
For yourself.
There is my own truck right there in front of my house. Next. Right there. See? My truck. I paid cash for it. Right there. Boom. There it is. You said buy one. There is one.
Yeah, but Scott, at this point in your life, where you're closer to retirement than not, it just makes better sense to be a company driver. That way, if you decide you're going to hang it up, you just say bye.
I bought that. I am a company driver in a sense because I bought the truck and I'm on one run, but they're responsible for the maintenance, and for 2 years. Even though I paid it off in cash, they're still responsible for maintenance. The maintenance agreement was for for 2 years.
Right.
When they start jacking up the payments, I paid it off. It's cash. And look, I made them buy all new tires for it all the way around. Boom.
Yep. No, you're not contracted for FedEx anymore, are you, Mark? Or,
no.
No, I didn't think so.
How you doing, Ed?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. Darrell, how you doing? Briggs, Jeff, how you doing?
Nice of you to join us tonight, Cajun.
Jason, how you doing, brother?
I thought you was going live last night.
No,
Yeah.
Who said that?
The other guy that doesn't want to do streams no more.
Oh, a guy that don't want to do streams no more.
Mark.
Yeah, the guy lives out by Ed. He don't want to stream no more.
Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
I didn't know.
does.
I thought he just missed this one Saturday last
Yeah,
night.
He's got to get some stuff taken care of for workman's comp. He'll be back doing live streams.
Okay.
He just won't be monetized, that's all.
Oh, okay. Oh, I went live with a couple of people last night. It was Power Stroke Jude and who else?
I was actually gonna take Mark's spot last night from the garage, but I couldn't get my router to connect up right. So
Gotcha.
I'm hauling groceries, Jason, for a company called P&G.
no, Don, I didn't hear that. That's awesome. That'd be a good place for me to take Plan B and run it. You just one pull in July, Don, or they're gonna have a regular schedule after July? Or are you just doing the festival? Donald, he's the guy that pulls local here, and he pulls with another club that's real close to my house. And they used to have a track within 5 miles of my place, but they stopped pulling there.
Hey, Nate. Hey, Willie.
Hey, Nate.
Oh, Willie.
No, Jason, I just go down to Bethlehem, PA, and back once a day, Monday through Friday days. I'm home every night now.
You get out of Bethlehem, huh?
Yep.
You
Right-
need to
right,
change
that's
that
what I said.
route because you're getting too close.
I go right by Eureka Steel, stone and gravel every day there, Jeff. Sorry. This is America. I'm not too close.
Yes, you are. You're way too close.
You know, I could take a left there and go right over the bridge and be right over there and visit you real fast.
What are you doing on 33 anyways? You
Going
need
down
to go
Bethlehem.
over. You need to go to the west. Go over to 81 and go down that.
I do go 81. I go 81 to 380 to 33 to 22 and then right into Bethlehem.
You're way too
Yeah,
close.
Jason,
man.
it's
You
a
need to
sleeper.
go west.
Sorry, Jeffrey. That's the route. It's dry. It's all dry. Got a haul. That's where the warehouses are. I haul food that gets to the garbage state so you can eat.
I can eat without you hauling food in, believe me.
I guarantee you there's something in there.
I was just gonna say, are you only hauling half trailers? Because everybody says there's the grocery store shelves are half empty. So you just hauling half trailers full or what?
No, full trailer loads. One day I haul a load of toilet paper. Other days I haul straight grocery. But I haul reefer trailer. Yep.
Hey, Ben.
Don, I gotta write this all down or I'll forget it.
Hey, Second Chance. Oh, Miss Lisa Ann. Hello.
No, Jason, I couldn't afford to drive that truck to Florida on my own dime. It's $6.19 a gallon now. There ain't no way now when I drive that. Even bobtailing, you imagine what that would cost to drive that. That truck gets 7 miles to the gallon. Could you imagine? It's $6.19 a gallon. Could you imagine driving to Florida with a bobtail even?
Well, most people would get themselves a load going that way.
Yeah.
At least
No,
I know
I
I would.
Yeah, but even doing that still would cost a lot to drive it down. And my sister lives in a gated community. I don't think they'd let me bring a semi in a gated community.
Crash that gate doing 98, saying let them truckers roll.
You park your truck somewhere, where, trusted area,
They got
Yeah,
lots of
where?
Oh,
Walmarts.
there's
Look
actually
them
a
up.
truck stop.
Walmart
There's actually a
and
truck stop about 3 miles from her house.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
can't you throw the TT on the back plate there and it's small enough.
Yeah,
It should
probably
fit.
could take a fork. I could
They
take the
could
fifth
probably
wheel
put
off
the
and
TT on the passenger seat.
yeah, it ain't that small, Jeff.
What did I? Oh, there was a drop deck guy or a gooseneck guy that hauls, and on his truck he had like where his rear fenders are at. It looked like ramps that went up and over, and what it
Yep.
was is it was for his chase vehicle.
Uh-huh.
When they haul their load or their heavy load or whatever, and instead of driving the two vehicles back, there's ramps that they put on and drive that sucker right up on, strap it down, and down the road they go.
That works.
Yeah.
There's one guy that I saw. He had he took his truck, the catwalk, stretched the truck a little bit, modified it, and drives his motorcycle in. He's got a Tommy gate, brings the motorcycle up, drives up, slides in where the catwalk used to be, and he made a little garage for his motorcycle. Goes truck stop, he pulls that out. He don't even stay at the truck stop, pulls the motorcycle out. He only does it in the summertime, but he pulls the motorcycle out and drives to a motel or whoever he's got knows in the area.
That's funny that when I worked at the truck garage back in the mid 90s, there was a guy that next door we had a moving company, and he was a owner operator, but he hauled their trailers, and he had one of the first, like I call them toter homes now.
Yeah.
It had a shower, big bed, microwave, the whole 9 yards in it. And on the back of that, they had a little, I don't know, like 125, just a little motorcycle. And they had a little thing, like you said, like a garage, but his had like a tarp that come down over it. And that's what they did when they would go into RV parks and park this thing, plug it into a landline, and jump on their little scooter and go to town. It had baskets on it so they could haul groceries and stuff. So
there's a guy around the corner from me. It took his he's a retired trucker. He owned his truck. He had a Freightliner like I got out here, and he tried selling the truck for the longest time. He was going to buy him and his wife wanted to buy a camper, an RV camper, and he couldn't sell it. He looked at his wife one day. He says, "We got an RV sitting in the driveway that we can't sell." She said, "Oh, it's out there. It's your old semi with 1 million miles on it. Motor was just rebuilt." He took that thing and bought an old camper, a tag along, and took the axle off of it, took the fifth wheel off that truck, and he made some brackets, and he mounted it right on the back end and cut a hole in the sleeper in the front where the kitchen was, and now you walk right through him. And he put a patio door between the original camper and the sleeper of the truck, and it looks funny as hell driving down the road. But that's what they travel in.
You know what amazed me with the price of gas and the price of fuel when I went to Chambersburg last Sunday? I can't even believe how many people with the buses and them big long fifth wheel trailers are running up and down the road still.
I have to go over and see when his wife and him come back in the area every summer. They come up in the summer.
Bo.
They drive that. They've been driving that, doing that for 5 years. They bought a flatbed trailer and they hauled their Jeep. They got a Jeep Liberty and they drive it out. And they told and she says that semi. Well, believe me, that flatbed would have. I don't even know what's behind it.
All right.
No, Liberty's a light.
It wouldn't matter. It's a semi. I mean, there ain't a civilian type car. Hell, you could buy a Hummer and that semi will pull it down the road.
Hey, Bo.
And like he says, if a campground won't let him go park that truck in it without the he'll just say screw it. He'll just go to a truck stop. They're all over the country and they're free.
Oh, not all of them are free.
No, most of them got free parking spots. But like he said, though, he'll move. But the thing is, if another trucker comes in, though, and that's the only spot, he'll move. He won't,
Right.
unless it's the middle of the night.
We were talking about that Friday night.
Yeah.
Truck stops starting $20 a night to park if you didn't buy fuel.
Yeah. It's
Even
Yes.
$20 a night's cheaper than a campsite.
Yeah. Well, with a bobtail and a camper, pulling what Briggs is talking about. They can park them up there in the front with the cars parked at, and still wouldn't mess up the truck. So, I mean,
Well,
those, but
Yeah, you just have to disconnect the Jeep and park that in a separate spot.
yeah, just have it kind of in the like a bobtail park. I mean, people get pissed off whenever a bobtail takes up a whole damn spot too in a truck stop. So,
yeah, two
but
spots,
yeah,
the front one and the back one.
Oh,
yeah,
I pulled into a truck stop one time, and some guy had a bobtail in there, and I could tell he had just pulled in. I had a half-hour driving time. I went to him and nicely and asked, said, "Hey, look, dude, you could park out. You want to park out front or in the car lot? I don't know if they can, and I'm too tired to move it." I said, "I'm out of hours. I got a half hour left." He didn't give a damn, and
yeah.
he pulled his truck all the way to the back of that thing. I said, "Okay, no problem." I took my trailer and backed it right up to his bumper. That my truck it was the last row over, straight line back. I went boom. He came pounding on my door. You got to move. I said, "Sorry, I'm out of hours. Can't move."
That's something Dad would do, Bo.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Ed? When I start painting the snowplow for this, should I paint it orange or should I just go with the International Harvester red?
Is it the actual Power King blade?
Yep.
I think originally they came orange on the backside and all the attachment, and black on the front.
And black rims, I think. Depending on what kind of rims you have.
No, we're talking snowplow. There's no rims on it.
Arch's Garage got a question.
Yeah, he just asked if they're a '66 Craftsman, custom 6 horsepower, in okay shape, with a deck, runs. Any idea what it's worth? Yeah.
A picture would be nice.
Old tractors aren't my really price wise, because I basically whatever somebody will pay for it is best I can give you.
Yeah.
I would have to look around to see what other ones of that era are going for and what shape they're in.
Yeah, that's kind of like a trick question. It could be worth nothing, or it could be a lot.
Right. The Cub Cadets that I'm into, the older, cast iron drive ones and stuff. There's times that you can pick them up for $50, $100, $150, and then there's other times that the exact same tractor somebody wants $300, $400, $500 for them. And they'll sell them.
Yeah.
Oh, some guys just sold a Cub Cadet original. The first year or second year, the old narrow frame with a 7-horse, no mower deck, just a trailer with the old fenders over the top. He sold for $1,200, and he got it, and it didn't even run. $1,200.
Well, where those come in on the originals, it's where they're at in the production line. The earlier ones you can get with the lowest serial numbers will bring stupid money. Don't be so sure, Arch. There are guys out there more and more that are collecting the old Craftsman, the old Ropers, because of the availability of them. I mean, there's a lot of times you can find some of them old Craftsmans and Ropers and stuff, sitting back in somebody's old junk pile, and they're still in good shape,
But
for their year.
in actuality, the old model tractors is like the old model cars. If you got a guy that loves Barracudas and Challengers or something or another, they're gonna pay up for it. If you got some people like Chevelles or whatever else, they will pay up for it. So
Right.
it
Like,
all
if,
depends
if you had an old
it all-
Sears Suburban, those
Yeah.
things are hot commodity. Those old Sears Suburbans, those things were popular. They're still popular. There's small. There's groups of people. There's
Mhm.
clubs that just show those at tractor shows. Nothing but Sears Suburbans. I've seen them
Yep.
things go over $2,000, and they weren't that great of a tractor, but people like them.
I've seen everything from them Cubs and everything else to be. I've seen people asking $3,000 and $4,000 for them. I mean, and
Actually,
they end up getting it for it.
Hey,
So
Liz, Lord.
Willie,
Yeah.
actually, it wasn't Simplicity out before Cub. It was Alice Chalmers.
Yeah, Alice Chalmers. come
But
out.
then Simplicity
Mhm.
picked up the lawn and garden line from Alice Chalmers, and I know a lot about Alice Chalmers and Simplicity because I was raised up near Alice Chalmers dealership, like a half a mile away, 3/4 of a mile away, and that was my hangout. You know, my friend's dad owned the place, and I got wrench time in there when I was a little boy, and just piddling around, wasn't getting paid or nothing. You know. Now when we did work for his dad in the fields and stuff, yeah, then we got paid. You know, a little bit, not much. 'Cause we were kids,
Right.
and we couldn't do that much. But anyway, his son, dad, he opened up his own shop. Now they worked on tractors. You know, I'm talking about the combines, tractors. They had a huge freaking shop. All right, and they had like 6 mechanics in there, 5, 6 mechanics. That the bread truck would come and deliver bread every other day because he fed everybody.
Yep.
And they'd make ham sandwiches, roast beef sandwiches, pork, whatever. The wife would cook, and Cajuns eat a lot of bread, even without sandwiches. But anyway, so Dad opened up his own shop, but the Simplicity line and Briggs and Stratton. And that's when I got into it with him. At an older age.
My dad worked in Interstate Brands Corporations, so you can only imagine how much bread went through our house. He brought home tons and tons. He'd say, "Go make a sandwich. What's for dinner? Go make a sandwich. What's for lunch? Go make a sandwich. Here, have two.
Burn out on that.
well,
I've actually got an old Simplicity down in the storage shed. It's got the 12 horse, I think 12 or 14 horse Briggs and Stratton on it. But that model actually came with either the Briggs and Stratton or the Kohler. And someday I would like to do a Kohler swap on it.
And I can almost positively be 95% sure you got the Briggs IC engine on there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what they came with. IC engines, industrial commercial, cast iron sleeves.
Yep.
Those things are almost bulletproof, man. You can't wreck those engines.
This one's getting way wore out.
That's when it's time for a 20 over piston.
It's already been 30.
Oh,
I know the old guy that I got it from. He already had it 30 over, and me personally, I'm a Kohler guy, so I kind of like the Kohlers. But it's got the mower deck and everything with it, so.
Right.
I used to.
They were hydrostatic, the pedal,
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Well,
go. No gears. Just go.
This is still the 4-speed.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My neighbor's got the last wheel horse they made, a big wheel horse, the 520 with the Onan engine.
Oh, them Onans, man, they some good engines.
Yeah, I'm the Kohler guy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Kohler is a great engine. In fact, I saw one of those Power Kings that Jeff was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I saw one that took the guy a little bit to start it, but he got it started up. He was cutting grass with it. and just like the old Cub Cadets, the reason they are desirable is because they had that the drive shaft, the horizontal engine had the drive shaft on it, plus they had the PTO in the front, the pulleys, and the things were versatile.
Well, when I went and picked this tractor up, now the old guy, he passed away. I've had the tractor now for about 7 years. When I went and picked the tractor up, the old guy had been passed away for probably 12 or 14 years. And I mean, I worked on the old lady's tractor for years. The one she had, it was actually, I worked on her push mower, and then she got old enough that she couldn't push mow her yard anymore. She wanted a riding mower, and she just wanted something, one of the, box store deals. She didn't want that simplicity. So she asked if I would meet her at the Lowe's and help her pick one out. Well, we picked one out, that would do her good, do her yard nice, and she could drive and everything, fit her. And I hauled it to her house and dropped it off. And she's like, "Would you like that old Simplicity?" I said, "Yeah, I'll buy that old Simplicity off you." She goes, "No, you've serviced my push mowers and stuff for years and years, and you don't charge me very much for it. And you did all this for me, and you always take care of me. Anytime I need anything, you're here." She goes, "If you want to load that thing up, you can take it." I'm like, "I can't do that. I have to give you something." So we come to an honest price. Got it. I mowed with it for 2 or 3 years, and it just every year it would get a little more or less power, a little more or less power, a little more or less power, and then finally the last summer I went to mow with it, I mowed it like twice with it. That thing was fogging for mosquitoes so bad that I couldn't even. It was embarrassing to drive it, but it mows beautiful. The old guy took real good care of it, and after I had it 2 or 3 years, and of course, I've been servicing her riding mower and stuff. Told her, yeah, I'm gonna have to replace the engine on the old thing, and she went in the house and found all the books, receipts, everything from when he bought the thing brand new locally. And that's when I found out he had already had it 30 over. I said, "Well, you can." These come with either the Kohlers or the Briggs. I said, I've got plenty of Kohlers laying around. I said, I'll probably just, get one and put it together and put on it and run it. And she said, "Not one of them twin cylinder things that you run your other tractors with." I'm like, no. Okay.
Well, Ed, I'm going to call it a night if you don't mind.
All right, Jeff.
See you next week.
All right, Jeff, take it easy,
Hey,
bud.
Cajun, see you next time.
You know it.
You
Leave
too,
time.
Daryl.
All right, good night, Jeff.
Good night, you old codger.
Well, I think that's what that is. I think it's a 7012H. 7012. It's not. If the H is the hydrostat, it's not a hydrostat. It's the gear drive. Do you have to change engine plates and stuff in that, or will they? Is the engine plate that's in there? Will it line up? Hey, Low Lids, how you doing, buddy? Arch, actually, hearing the stories about her old man, or her husband, the old man, he would probably love it if I would put a V-twin in that thing. He was a gearhead, so he would probably get a real big kick out of having a V-twin in that thing.
Is she still alive?
Yes, she is actually. Yep, let me think here. The last 2 years, she's had somebody else come in and do her lawn for her. So she hasn't even ran her tractor in 2 years, because I actually called her last spring and said, "Hey, it's time to service your tractor and stuff. Do you want it done?" "Oh, with everything going on, I just can't get out there and ride that tractor no more. I've had the neighbor has a lawn service that comes in, and the guys, they basically do both yards for a discounted price, since they're side by side." But she's like, "Oh, I've had that company come in and everything." I'm like, "Okay, well," I said, "if you want, I'll service it all up and everything for her. I haven't charged her in 5 years to service that tractor. You know, the thing only gets, I mean, it takes her almost a full, she has a little bit over an acre that she mows. It takes her a full day to mow it. She would go out and mow for 5 or 10 minutes and park it under the tree and sit and relax and then get back on it and go and relax and mow and relax. And she has one tree in her backyard that I don't know what kind it is, but the roots stick up, you know, from the base. They come out real high.
Yeah.
And at least one time of summer, when she was still riding that mower, she'd call me, Ed, I've got my tractor stuck again. Can you come, you know, get it off the root for me? I would go over after work, and all I did is grab the fenders, pick it up, and set it over about, you know, 6 or 8 inches, and away it'd go. But she would try to get close to that root, and it was the same root all the time. It was all scored up. She would get hung up on that deck, you know, and couldn't go forward and couldn't go backwards.
Yeah, sycamore trees got them roots that stick out. They got a huge one in the back over here. It's in my neighbor's yard. If that thing would ever fall on my house, oh my God. It would demolish the back of my house.
Like I said, I don't know what kind of tree this is. Her nephew has been over there. I mean, like I said, I've been taking care of her lawn and garden stuff for years. And I know in the last 10 years, at least 2 or 3 times a year, her nephew's been over there and cut limbs and cut this and cut that that's hanging over the garage. And, you know, the wind breaks something. He goes over and trims it up because he used to work for a tree trimming company. And every year he keeps telling her, Grandma, just let me take the tree down. Oh, no, it makes such nice shade for the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
It's only got like one big limb now left that hangs.
Oh.
It doesn't give too much. It doesn't give very much shade at all. But that one big limb is very healthy.
Pepper trees.
Well,
I think that's automatic spell correct, and she probably typed in poplar, and it came up pepper.
I had a tree once. It was funny. You'll really laugh. I was about 12, taking a shower. Our shower is on the 2nd floor in this house, and I'm sitting in. There used to be a pine tree and right next to the house. My grandmother and grandfather fought with the neighbors over it. It was right on the property line. The neighbor next door owned half, and they owned half, and it was right in the middle of the hedgerow, right as I walked by. And I hated that tree. It hung over the house. It literally hung over. They cut all the branches off. Both neighbors fought over whose tree it was, so they cut all the branches in the air. So so you could walk under it. It looked like just picture a totem pole with a Christmas tree on top. That's the best way to describe it. It caught the disease that they always get, you know, where all the branches and bark fall off and everything. And they would not cut that down. I'm in there taking a shower. Thunderstorm came. And it went, so I took the shower after a thunderstorm. All of a sudden, I heard this big bam against the house. It hit this house so hard that I slipped in the bathtub, landed on my butt. Got up. My grandma and grandpa came out like, "What the hell did you do?" I said, "There's something hit the house." Nothing hit the house. That was you falling in the bathtub. No, something hit the house. I don't make that big of a thump. I was 10 years old. Go outside. In the tree, the root ball just tilted forward real slow and just bam. Against the house. When it came out, was hanging out across the house.
Dang.
That was, and they had to hire. My grandpa thought he'd go out there, and my uncle was living here at the time. He was still in high school, and they came out and they said, he said, you know, if we cut that tree off where like you want, we can cut it off where it's above the roof. But if we try and cut it, it's going to go right through the house. We're going to the tree company came down. The tree was still alive, but it was just the root. They cut so much off it on both sides, and this side was I'm downhill, you know, shit flows downhill, so to speak. And then, but that was a pain in the butt, that pine tree.
Yeah, it kind of all depends on what the water table is in the area and all that stuff. Because
oh yeah,
I mean, we get down at the creek down there, and just about all, close to the creek, every one of those trees down there had a roots coming above the ground. So you can't say it's just one type of tree, but I mean, they the roots are just laying right on top of the ground, and we got one out here in our yard that had the roots.
Yeah,
Because
them
the
big
water,
live oak trees do that. Their roots,
yeah,
and they'll go out 5 foot from the trunk, that high off, that
yeah,
tall off the ground,
yeah.
A pepper tree. It's called a pepper tree, she said.
I've never heard of
I-
a pepper tree, but I'm sure there is one.
Yeah,
yeah.
me neither. I'm gonna have to look that up. Dang, I thought
Well, we
I
had a
knew
storm.
just-
We had a little
Huh?
storm come through. We had a little storm come through yesterday afternoon. I didn't think it got that windy and stuff, but I was going uptown today, and over on the other main road, there's I don't even know what kind it was, but it was probably 10, 12 inches across. It uprooted that thing, laid it over. Them roots in that thing, it didn't even have a tap root. They couldn't have been more than 6, 8 inches deep.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. The Canada where the
live
water
oaks
table
are like
is.
that.
But
Yeah.
where the water is kind of comes where the water table goes. They don't have to
I know
have
a tree
big
that take that.
Yeah.
I know a tree. At least said it's more just is a real invasive tree, and I bet you Ed's heard of it, Cajun's heard of it, and Mark's heard of it. Sumac. Those damn things. Though I got them in my backyard. I cut 8 of them down about 3 years ago. You wouldn't know it. The way out back. Oh my God, there must be 20 of them back popping up. Those things grow tall and fast.
A
Yep,
sumac.
Yeah,
I heard of
they're
a sumac, but it's poison. Sumac. I mean,
Well,
it's a bush.
Yeah, well, they'll actually grow into a tree. There's 2 different kinds. There's a smooth sumac and a winged sumac. One's poisonous and one's not.
All right.
And and it's not poisonous to touch it. It's poisonous to ingest the leaves.
Now, we got some invasive trees down here. We call them popcorn trees or chicken tree. And the real name is a Chinese tallow. We call them popcorn trees because the green balls that grow on them in the summer, it's almost like a China ball, but it's not.
If I showed you that sumac tree, how big it is, you'd be shocked. There's one out in my backyard that's 2 years old. It's already 20.
I've heard of them years ago, like when I was in LSU for horticulture, but
it's 20 foot tall and it's 2 years old.
Yep, they're very fast growing.
If we've got them here, we've got them in North Louisiana, not down here.
The funny thing about them is,
and the people that wanted to love to grow fishing poles, they get them damn bamboo trees
Bamboo
going.
canes, yeah.
Them bamboo, them things. You talking about something invasive? I had one fella down there when I was living in South Carolina. It took over 2 houses down there. He's got 2 houses buried in a pack in a bunch of them, and
the thick of the bamboo.
I mean, it was so thick you couldn't even find his shop, and you couldn't find his the 2 houses in it. I mean, he had 2 trailers put together, and they took over all that.
The funny thing about those sumacs, the one that you can eat, you can actually take the leaves and put them in water and like crush them up and mince them up, and it makes like a lemony, citrusy flavored drink. I've drank it, but now I would never attempt it because I don't remember which one is safe to eat and which one's not. So,
the sumac around here is kind of like a vine. It grows up the side of a tree, and it kind of looks like almost like poison oaks, basically what they call it.
I got both out.
Yeah,
back.
that's what I'm.
The sumac vine.
That's what I
got the vine in the leaves. I got the vine in the trees, and I'll tell you what, I've been fighting them for 5 years, and I've gotten to the point about ready to say the hell with it. Let them have that area of the yard. That it's 20 foot, it's 50 foot by 25 feet. You can have it. As long as they don't come in the main yard, stay back there, leave me alone. I've tried burning them and they still grow. I can show you right now. Go out there now. I burnt a couple, and those some guns keep growing.
Yeah, they turn real nice, bright red in the fall.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
gorgeous in the fall.
All right, y'all. We've been on here an hour and a half. So
Hey, y'all seen Redline Gary earlier?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was in
here,
there.
right?
Yes.
He's streaming you on Facebook right now.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got him on I've got it going on Facebook tonight too.
Oh, you do too? Oh, okay. All right. I was wondering how he got it to stream on there. So you got it and he's just sharing it.
Yeah.
Okay. Missy's found it on Facebook.
Yep. So, all right, everybody. Appreciate y'all coming in, stopping in, hanging out with me. We're gonna end it here. Daryl going live next Friday night, 7:30, correct?
Yes.
All right. And actually, Doug Sweener just said hi on Facebook. Hi, Doug. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Doug.
So, Cajun, you planning on going live anytime soon, there, buddy? Or
No, not that I know of. Maybe if Mater don't go live tomorrow night,
okay.
I'll go live. If Mater doesn't go live.
Well, I mean, when we go offline there occasionally, I need to ask you something before we get.
Oh,
before you
okay.
get
Yeah,
live.
I'll hang around backstage.
Okay.
So, all right, everybody. Have a great
All
evening and have a great week, and we will see you all in the next one.
All right, everybody. Love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Bleep out.
All right.
Okay, man.